the second myth is, my grandma passed away a week ago. So we went back to Minnesota, and we're here now. And you just, it hurts, it suffocates, it just kind of takes your breath away, And I think we all need to understand the human element to the foreclosure process. Because it's there, it's our life, it's our home, and it's real. But that doesn't give us permission to keep our heads in the ground for 4 or 5 months. Because we'll pop them up 4 or 5 months later, and we're still in the same problem. So just as much as it hurts me, that Granny's not here anymore, I know my job is to be here to convey the message, one, that you're not alone, and two, that there is help out there. Mother Teresa said the world's most terrible poverty isn't being poor, but it's the feeling of being alone, unloved, and unwanted. All right? So we're coming together as a community to push through this. So you should not feel like you're alone going through this process. There is help out there. So now, that's kind of the human element. We got to deal with that. Because if we don't deal with that, we can't deal with the underlying financial issues. It's all got to come to the table. So now we'll talk a little bit about the foreclosure process. And I'll kind of journey across, because there's a timeline. If you have a non-FHA loan, most conventional homeowner loans, lenders have to give you an Act 6 notice after you are 60 days delinquent. So if you've missed 2 months, a lender, so here I am, let's say I'm in January. I missed January, February. So the first part of March, I'm going to get an Act 6 notice that says you're 60 days behind. You have another 30 days to cure the amount you owe, to cure your arrearages, or else we're going to say the whole mortgage is due. It's called accelerating the mortgage. So you miss January, you miss February, you'll get the Act 6 in March. And then if you still don't pay by the end of March, in April you should get what's called an Act 91 notice. Everybody write this down, Act 91 notice. Act 91 notice is very important because you have 33 days to contact a HEMAP counselor, a Homeowners Emergency Mortgage Assistance Program counselor. And that Mike Coyle is a HEMAP counselor, and he'll talk a little bit about that process. So again, we missed January, we missed February, we got the Act 6 in March, we did nothing in March. April, we get that Act 91. You have 33 days. The lender cannot start the judicial foreclosure process until the Act expires or you have applied for HEMAP and been denied. Now the Act expires, you have 30 days, right? You have the month of April to get an appointment and see a HEMAP counselor. If you miss that window, if you miss that 30 days, your lender can file a foreclosure complaint. They can start the judicial foreclosure process. But you still, if you meet with me, I'm going to tell you, call a HEMAP counselor because you still have the right to apply for HEMAP even though you didn't apply within that 30-day window. So that's the one way that the judicial foreclosure process can start. You received the Act 91, you did nothing for 30 days. They can start it there because the Act has expired. But what happens if you do apply for HEMAP during this time? Then you'll meet with the HEMAP counselor like Mike. You have 30 days to meet with the HEMAP counselor. The HEMAP counselor has 33 days, 30 days to file your HEMAP application. And then the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Authority has 33 days, 60 days. That's why he's here, right? 60 days to give an answer back. So here we were, missed January, missed February, we got the Act 6 in March, did nothing, we get the Act 91. Let's say we meet with the HEMAP counselor at the end of April. So they have until May to file that application. And then let's say you find out you're denied sometime in the middle of June. Then, July. then the judicial foreclosure process could then start. And if we're in July, we're already 6 months, right, down the window. So, but there's time, and the sooner you can get us involved, the better. Our cards are all up front. You know, take the cards and reach out, because if there's something that can be done, we'll work to see it happen. So now, here we are in July. Let's say you've been denied NEPA assistance. The sheriff's going to come out, knock on your door, and serve you with paperwork. It's called a foreclosure complaint. As soon as you get that, you should be on the phone to me at North Penn Legal Services, or there's a number that the lenders have on the complaint with a lawyer referral. Now at North Penn, our caveat is we represent low-income individuals for free. So there are income guidelines that you would have to be below in order for me to represent you on your case. But even if I can't represent you, I will point you in the right direction. I can't give you legal advice, but I will work to point you in the right direction to get you in contact with the right people that can help you out. If you do qualify for our services at North Penn, you receive this complaint. You have 30 days to file an answer. Now, if you meet with me during the 30 days and I find you have, some legal merit to your case, there's something that we can say, hey, yeah, we have this mortgage, but here are the reasons X, Y, and Z that we feel you have a defense to the mortgage. Maybe it's a truth in lending issue. Maybe it's failure to be properly served with the Act 91 or Act 6 notices. But you'll meet with me, we'll have a conversation, and if there's a legal issue there that we could, in good faith, defend on, we will file an answer. So here's the complaint. Let's say the complaint's in July. You file it July 30th, so now we're into August. The lender would then file for summary judgment, which could take another 45 to 60 days. So now we're August, let's say we're in September. You'll have a hearing on the summary judgment, which is we all go in front of the judge, and the lender says, Judge, we want you to give us permission to sell the home. And we would go in there and say, well, Judge, they can ask for the permission, but we feel you should deny it because of A, B, C, and D. More likely than not, well, you could lose at that summary judgment. If it does go to summary judgment, you will likely lose unless it's a truth in lending issue. So if you do lose there, that is when the judge gives your lender permission to sell the home. So let's say that happens in September, then it's 6 months out till the home can be sold at a sheriff's sale. So September, October, November, December, January, February. We're looking at a late February or March sale date, a year after you first got behind. And if you choose and you can stay in the home after it has been sold, your lender, the new owner, would have to file an injectment complaint. And that process can take another 90 days. So there is time. But during this time, if you're working with me, if you're working with Mike, if you're working with Jesse, this can't be rent-free. I know you can't squeeze blood out of a rock here. But there's some programs that the lenders, loan modifications, or a HEMAP, that may require a lump sum payment in good faith. So during this time frame, I ask my clients, if you can save $500 a month, save it. If you can't do it, how about $250? How about $100? How about $50? $20? Just something. Try and save something during this time, because it'll help you later on down the road when we get into these loan modifications.